Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new Realm News Flash. An entire week has passed and I am here to recap and highlight the biggest events in Minecraft news. But first, let me introduce myself. I am your host, the Dark Lord. The one who puts the real in realm and expands your mind one block at a time. We have some news for you today. First off, I would like to say a big happy belated birthday to Minecraft. Our beloved game and the reason I created this podcast turned 16 years old this past week. More on that in a moment. I will also be reporting on the newest, latest, and last snapshot to join the summer drop called 25w20a. I will tell you all the amazing things that can be expected in that drop. I will then give you all a sneak peek into this week's upcoming Realm News episode titled Creeper Nights and Crafty Polls with the Dark Lord. I will also be throwing in a bonus poll that is related to the 25w20a snapshot. So, whenever you are ready, let's start the show. I would first like to start off this segment of the show by saying once more a big happy birthday to Minecraft. It turned 16 years old on May 17th this past Saturday. Minecraft on Twitter, now X, posted this at 1:01 p.m. this past Friday. Quote, Minecraft turned 15 last May, and to celebrate, we put together a time capsule filled with both physical and digital memories, trinkets, relics, and more. All vital bits of history of Minecraft. Check it out here. And then they provided a link, end quote. I guess they were prepping people for their birthday that was the following day by providing a link that takes you to Minecraft.net's article titled The Minecraft Time Capsule, Time to Seal It Up and Get One of Your Own. Written by Julius Olafsson, published this past Friday. In summation, the article reminds us that Mojang last year for their 15th anniversary, which was a big event, had made a time capsule in the shape of a Minecraft chest. This chest was filled with 50 items such as a stuffed sheep, a game controller, a Mojang Studios shirt, a fake pickaxe, and a bunch of other random items. This chest time capsule is all set up and has a locked timer that will not open for 15 years or until May 17th, 2039. I won't even tell you how old I will be when that chest opens, but hopefully Realm News will be there to report on it. This will be on Minecraft's official 30th birthday, and you can do the same thing thanks to the newest add-on created by Overworld Studios. They have made it so you can have your own chest time capsule that you can fill full of random items that then lock away for a set amount of time, however long that you choose. Pick wisely though. You may not want to wait so long to get your items back. Let's move on to the latest snapshot to release and the conclusion to the summer drop that's expected to drop sometime in June. My friends, Mojang gave us some last-minute additions, concluding the soon-to-come summer drop in the form of Snapshot 25w20a. This snapshot brings with it some amazing new things that are coming to Minecraft. New music by musician Amos Roddy and craftable saddles. Finally! I have been complaining about saddles not being craftable for years. You can hear me talk about that on Realm News random episodes from over a year ago. So this makes me happy to announce that we're finally able to craft these ourselves and able to remove them from the animal we put them on. 2 bonus features. Once the summer drop releases, we will be able to craft our own saddles by combining 3 pieces of leather and 1 iron ingot together in order to yield 1 saddle. That is an inexpensive item to craft, and I love it. I am happy that they made it economical. This will open up riding horses, pigs, striders, and whatever else I'm forgetting that we can ride for early game players. I always thought that it was utterly ridiculous that we couldn't craft an item that was made from leather. The fact that we are able to craft intricate leather armor but not able to craft a saddle was just ludicrous and maddening to me. But that is now the days of yore, and the world is a much happier place that makes more sense. Not only will we be able to craft our own saddles, but we can now remove them off of our beloved fauna that we ride without killing them to get it back. Yes, if you wanted your saddle back from your pig, steed, or strider, you would have to end its life to retrieve that saddle. Why? Who knows? Perhaps the mystical saddle fused itself into its host's body before they were made craftable. I have no idea why they did that. So that's great news, and I bet there are many pigs smiling in favor of this. Before we move on to the newest music to join Minecraft, I would like to report to you a poll that I conducted on Twitter in regards to the saddle. I posed this question: are you happy that we can finally craft saddles? Basic question, but direct. I wanted to gauge the Minecraft community's sentiment towards the ability to craft saddles right after this announcement was made. The poll was posted on May 13th at 11:16 a.m. and ended at 11:16 a.m. on Sunday the 18th while I wrote this script. These are the options I provided: yes, no, don't care. Let's look at the results. The grand total of the votes to this poll were 44 in total. That's not bad. That's not a bad amount for a site that I never conduct polls on. I do all mine on Reddit, not on Twitter. The loser of the poll, with 13.6% of the votes, was the no group, or that comes out to be about 6 people. Otherwise, these people do not like that Mojang made saddles craftable. It was brought to my attention by my friend who is on Blue Sky and X, called Hikari, that there are people out there opposed to this because they believe that this will take away from fishing for saddles and hunting them down across the overworld. I suppose that this could be a valid argument, but it is just very hard for me to accept that something that is made entirely of leather being uncraftable. It's just wrong in my opinion. I am a person who believes all items in the game should be craftable. Just my opinion. Now, the second place group was the don't care people. They received 22.7% of the votes. And the winner this week with 63.6% of the votes is the yes group. Otherwise, the people who are elated for this change. I am part of this group. I'm a bit shocked that it wasn't 90%, but oh well. It was nice to see a more accurate picture of how people view this change. I will have to start to make more polls like this on Twitter for future Realm News flashes. With the conclusion of the poll, let's now put our focus on music. Accompanying the now craftable saddle is something that is just as exciting, if not more so. We are receiving 5 new songs to Minecraft's ambient music repertoire that they are curating. The 5 songs are this: Fireflies, O's Piano, Below and Above, Lily Pad, and Broken Clocks. There is also a new music disc that we are going to be able to acquire called Tears. This music disc looks beautiful. It's a platinum silver. You will be able to get one yourself, but it will be tricky. In order to get the Tears music disc, you will have to deflect a gas fireball directly back at it by swatting the fireball with a sword and killing it. It will then drop this as a music disc. Be careful that you don't let it fall into a lake of lava. It'd be a shame for all that hard work to be lost. I thought this was a clever way for players to acquire the new music disc. It is similar to making a skeleton shoot and kill a creeper to acquire one. It's a pain, it really is, but it's worth it. Moving on to the person accredited to making this beautiful music. These smooth and tranquil beats are all made by the talented musician Amos Roddy. Amos Roddy, according to Spotify's bio on him, states that he is from the state of New Mexico, but started to teach himself musical composition as a teenager during his first winter in the Pacific Northwest. His musical knowledge and compositions eventually led to his first known album in 2014 called Pigeon, which is also a really great album that I recommend giving a listen. He is now known as a composer, specifically one who blends electronic minimalism with contemporary classical arrangements. Since 2014, he has composed multiple tracks for video games such as Kingdom, Cloud Gardens, BAFTA nominated Citizen Sleeper, and obviously now Minecraft. He also produced work for major musical artist Lil Wayne. Amos Roddy is a very talented artist who is worth checking out if you haven't already. He gets the Realm News' 2 thumbs up. I will, of course, leave the links to his sounds in the show description for you all to check out. I have listened to the whole soundtrack on Spotify, and I enjoy all the songs. Honestly, they are very meditative to me. With that said, I'm going to leave it there with this week's news and make our transition over to this Thursday's Realm News episode titled Creeper Nights and Crafty Polls with the Dark Lord. This upcoming Thursday on Realm News, I will be presenting you all a new episode called Creeper Nights and Crafty Polls with the Dark Lord. It consists of 2 polls, and it is a short episode. My apologies for that, but it was one of those weeks that I was extremely busy doing some other business and wasn't able to make a full-length episode. Nonetheless, this is still a very fascinating and fun episode that you will not want to miss. Here is the episode description. Quote, "Join me, the Dark Lord, as I recount my first night in the Minecraft Overworld, a journey filled with suspense and unexpected encounters with hostile mobs. Reflect on your own experiences and discover how others have rated their first night on a scare scale. This episode also delves into the curious case of tripwire hooks in Minecraft, exploring their unexpected uses and the creativity of the community." End quote. It was fun to hear from fellow Minecrafters how they experienced their first night in the Overworld. I have a clip of this upcoming Thursday's episode that I would love to play for you all. Let's take a listen. I was scrambling to build a dirt hut with my brother, and I encountered the iconic creeper for the first time. It was that, and boom, that scared the daylights out of me. Prior to the explosion from the creeper, I was terrified by what was occurring around the overworld after that sunset. The zombies and skeletons were something I didn't expect. These hostile mobs totally caught me off guard. But it was thrilling, and it had a new element to it that no other game had at the time, nor does today. The melodic tunes that accompany the apocalyptic world adds its own level of mental terror to this blocky, heavily pixelated game. That's part of my reasoning why I gave this game a 4 out of 5, 5 being the scariest rating. It is all about that suspense that builds and a tinge of never-ending paranoia of what you will encounter that made me give it this high of a scare rating. I have always been enamored by the calm, peaceful soundtracks in Minecraft that accompany the zombie apocalypse motif. It is such an odd juxtaposition that adds an extra element of creepy to the game. I will never forget my first night in the Overworld, as I was explaining in that clip that we just heard a moment ago. If you want to hear more about my experience, then you will have to tune in this Thursday and hear about it in more detail. With that said, my friends, that wraps up this week's Realm News Flash. I hope that you all enjoyed learning about the latest 25w20a snapshot that has brought us new music in craftable saddles. I also hope to see you all at Thursday's new Realm News. Have a great rest of your day and happy crafting. The Dark Lord. Signing out. Hey Realm News fans, it's your host, the Dark Lord. The one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I'm here to tell you that your support means everything. Spread the word by telling friends, liking and commenting on Spotify or Good Pods. Find me on X, Blue Sky, Reddit, or via email at bio.link/realmnews. For more content, join my Patreon at the Copper, Diamond, and VIP tiers for early episodes, bonus content, and newsletters. Find out more at bio.link/realmnews. No pressure, though. Just keep listening, liking, and sharing. That's more than enough. Happy crafting, and see you at the next Realm News.